I thought it was about time to like release a solo project because I've been in and around music for so long. I've just been kind of holding on to all the music I've been making. I mean, look, like in life, you can't be anyone but yourself. So I think that you kind of owe it to yourself to just be true to yourself and what you like in it. And obviously there's external pressures, but just that's the way to be truly happy. I think it's just to be yourself and do what you want to do. Comes back to what I was saying earlier about just being yourself. I think that's one thing that made Neverland pretty unique, and all of us unique. Was just we're just unapologetically ourselves, and we wanna. It's more about sonics and music rather than doing what's hot or jumping on a wave that's popular. We're really like into this music thing, and like we trying to push the sound forward. You get what I'm saying?
So that, of course, was Mac DeMarco with Chambers of Reflection, a Ryan Hawaii choice. Thank you for choosing that
classic,
song, mate.
Very, very classic one, that one.
100%. But yeah, right now we've got Ryan Hawaii in the building. How are you, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm very well. Thanks for having me.
Always, man. Debut EP out, Nomad.
Yeah. Just dropped Nomad end of March. My debut solo music project. So I'm super excited. It's all produced by a Dutch producer called Stein.
Did you feel nervous like releasing your first solo project? Because I know you've obviously released like collective projects with people, but like did it feel kind of nervous putting yourself out there, just you?
No, I wouldn't say it was nervous. I was nervous about it. I feel like it's kind of a long time coming because I've been doing music for a while, like playing shows and like doing a lot in terms of more the live side of things. So I thought it was about time to like release a solo project because I've been in and around music for so long. I've just been kind of holding on to all the music I've been making.
But sometimes I feel like when you've been in a group for so long and like you can almost like kind of hide behind people a little bit, like you're kind of like vulnerable putting yourself out there for the first time.
Yeah, definitely.
More vulnerable to criticism, that kind of thing. Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't really worried about that. It's just like, it's my expression. I love making music. I love music. I'm super into it. So for me, it was just it was more liberating than anything else.
That's sick.
To like actually have a project out there, living and breathing in the world that people can interact with and experience outside of like my own laptop and my own hard drive. And, you know what I mean? Because
But you must be gagging to perform these songs live, I bet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, for real. As you know, you've been to some of our older shows.
Yeah, man.
When we opened for
Carty back in the day.
The NTFs.
Yeah.
I think it was the 5th birthday.
Yeah, at FE Snooker Club. That's shut down now as well, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That one was that was crazy. I remember going there for the sound check and they were moving like all the snooker tables like to the back. I was like, oh, shit, like this is...
It's crazy as well because how big Carty has got since then.
Yeah, for real.
Do you know what I mean? He's
like
performing in
worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah, he was just performing in the snooker hall in Hackney. Like,
it's
crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Some of the shows in London, I'd say around between like 2015 to like 2018.
Yeah.
Some seriously legendary shows.
Oh, 100%.
Some crazy shows.
Birthdays. Like, that whole Dawson Strip.
Yeah.
That whole Dawson Strip was popping back in the day, man. It's a shame, really, what's happened.
Yeah.
Now.
But I just feel like things are evolving and changing, innit? And that's also a part of why I wanted to release music that's out there. Because, you know, I've been on the circuit for a while. I guess on an underground sense, on a live sense, in a physical sense. But now to share it in the digital realm as well
100%.
is important.
So what makes you a nomad then?
Just like that attitude of the world is bigger than your city and not being fixed to like one place. You know what I mean? I've been to Amsterdam, I've been to Berlin, I've been to Iceland, like all over. Do you know what I mean? And like just kind of hustling like throughout Europe and stuff, whether it be the clothes, the art, or the music. And I played shows in all of those countries as well. So it's just like that kind of attitude of, you know, constantly on a journey and striving for like something bigger. So
definitely, man. I think we should get into a record from your EP though.
Yeah, man.
One that I'm really feeling is Own World.
Sick.
Let's get into Own World.
Gangsters. Don't wanna roll with the language gang, never really my thing. Nah, rather roll with the ting that's paying, or back with the ooh la la, the loud that bang.
So that was Own World by Ryan Hawaii off of the EP Nomad.
Yes.
Make sure you guys go check it out.
Video in the works for that one, coming soon.
Looking forward to it, mate. You touch on like your surroundings and like where you grew up in this song.
Mm-hmm.
How did that like affect your creativity, like being from Catford?
Yeah, growing up in Catford was an interesting one, innit? Because like I feel that I was surrounded by just so much. Like it was just a lot going on. Like I used to have to basically go through Frontline every day, which is like Frontline is basically like several areas have like a Frontline, but that's like where it's most peak and on tops, like in your area.
Okay.
So on my way back from school, like I'd pass through Catford Frontline every day, and there was just always just madness going on.
Yeah.
And in terms of affecting my creativity, it just kind of, there's definitely like it's like a hood conformist kind of energy where you kind of have to follow a certain archetype.
Yeah.
Where I didn't really like want to fit into that kind of archetype.
Yeah, what stopped you from conforming?
I don't know. I guess I always like had a strong like sense of self and who I am and like what I wanted to do in life and stuff from a young age. And obviously, I guess I kind of walked the line. Like I had friends who were more in one side, and friends who were more in another side. But yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that growing up and getting older, I got into more different things that were even further away from the ends kind of stuff.
Yeah. Were you ever like picked on or made fun of for being different?
Yeah, for sure. Like I remember when I was young, I guess like secondary school kind of time, I like started skateboarding and stuff.
Yeah.
And
people do always.
I used to get stick for that. I used to get stick for wearing skinny jeans and stuff.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah, man. But then, you know, first they laughed, then they copied.
It's weird that, isn't it?
Funny.
Yeah, like you do kind of. Like, cause I remember a kid I don't really wear chinos now, but I remember like chinos were a big thing. But I remember this kid like came into school, like first kid to ever wear chinos. Everyone made fun of him. Then like a month later, everyone is wearing them. It was insane. Like
crazy.
Crazy. Like we look back, like because I'm still best friends with her now. We always like look back on it, like how weird that was.
Yeah. I mean, look, like in life, you can't be anyone but yourself. Yeah. So I think that you kind of owe it to yourself to just be true to yourself and what you like in it. And obviously there's external pressures, but just that's the way to be truly happy. I think it's just to be yourself and do what you want to do.
I totally agree. Talking about being yourself, I feel like a lot of so I feel like you single-handedly like responsible for all these kids now wearing the padlock and keychain.
That's
because like honestly, like I first of all saw you like wear that and I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. And then I saw it on the Skepta EP, the Vicious EP. I was like, that's banging. And then now every middle-class white girl is wearing one. Yeah. And it's kind of insane that kind of like started from you almost in a way.
Yeah, in a sense. Like, I'm not going to take full credit.
Yeah.
Because obviously me being like heavily into punk and stuff.
Right.
That's where it's from. You know what I'm saying? Like from the punk culture.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say that I'm responsible for recontextualizing it within this kind of hip-hop world and, you know, like this within this culture as opposed to like being strictly a punk thing.
Punk, yeah.
And obviously from giving Skepta chains and stuff.
Yeah.
And him wearing them and supporting me like that obviously blew it up and made it huge.
Yeah, it's wild.
But it's it's something that it's kind of like a if you know thing.
Does it kind of bug you out a little bit, like when you just
it used to. It used to bug me out more. Yeah. Now I'm just kind of used to it. Like, I'm kind of used to, like, as I said, like, just being myself and being into what I'm into and not really trying to look at too much else. Kind of ends up in you being first on things, you know, and early on things. So, of course, it's just part and parcel of it, I guess.
How did you and Skepta link up? Because I know you designed clothes from him from quite a young age, wasn't it?
Yeah, like from I think me and Skep first met around like 2014 or 15.
Yeah.
So quite early. Like he was actually the first artist who ever like wore my stuff.
That's quite a big first name to have someone wear your stuff, because normally you
real.
start off kind of small, like have like your friends who's an artist or something like that. For Skepta, the biggest grime artist in the world.
For real, like the time we met as well was like a very pivotal time in his career.
Yeah.
Like, I met him, I think it was like just after That's Not Me came out.
Yeah.
So
that was a crazy time for him.
That was like the turning point for him. Like obviously there was Ace Hood Flow before that.
Yeah.
But I feel that That's Not Me was really the like...
Well, yeah, Blacklisted, like that whole Blacklisted EP or album, like...
Fire.
So insane. But then I remember hearing That's Not Me on Soccer AM, like before it was even released.
Yeah.
And I remember telling all my friends, like, this is going to blow. Because that's when like Joe and Whip came out as well. And like, I think grime was kind of having this like kind of resurgence. And they were like, I was like, this is going to be like as big as like Joe and Whip was, because that's where like everyone was playing. Then like a week later, it's being played at some party. And I was like, I told you, literally. Insane. Such a hard track as well.
The impact of that song is crazy. Like, that will go down in history. But we met like at a party, and just... I remember just going over to him to speak to him, and just saying I really respect him, obviously because of who he was as an artist and how impactful he was on like my generation and like coming up. But I also said that I can see his evolution and where he's trying to get to. Do you know what I mean? Where he's trying to go in terms of even how he's dressing and things like that. Told him that I'm a designer, and I think it was just organic. Like he just fucked with my energy and saw that I was genuine, and then. It was kind of like the universe kept bringing us back together. Like it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after, like every week we just randomly like ran into each other.
Yeah.
And then things just kind of built from there, and I started like dressing him, giving him clothes and stuff.
That's sick, man.
All my stuff in videos. I was in one of his videos.
Yeah, you've designed clothes for some pretty big people, like dress people, like Lee Scratch Perry as well.
That was definitely a milestone.
Insane, bro. That's insane. Like that's like. I don't even know like where that like how that would even come about. Do you know
like shout out to Philomena. She's a really sick stylist. That was through her really. But yeah, like
who would you want to design clothes for, like that you haven't already?
Probably out of like kind of the new generation. Like I like Rico Nasty.
Rico Nasty's
like
hard.
She's doing, like the way she dresses. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of open. Like, I'm just kind of letting.
Is there no one like that
happens.
you kind of like? You're like, oh, like I'd love to design clothes for him, or you kind of just let things happen the way they happen, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people. I think like not in a. I definitely think I could make clothes for anyone.
Yeah.
In the sense of like...
No, you definitely could.
Whether that be a pop act or...
Yeah.
Whether it be like...
A radio host.
Like Wu-Tang. Do you know what I mean? Like dressing Wu-Tang would be crazy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Dressing Wu-Tang would be insane.
But yeah, I mean like... From... After Lee Scratch Perry, I kind of was like...
Yeah.
Like especially being Jamaican as well.
Yeah, of course.
Like... I was like, yo, like...
Yeah.
That is... the pinnacle.
Let's get into another record though from your EP, Silencio.
Sick.
Really, really loving this one.
Video out now. Everyone go watch that on YouTube.
Yeah. Silencio, I don't wanna hear that. You make me anxious and I don't want that feedback. You see the thing, can't work with the pessimism. Positive, gotta bring that in. Yeah, Silencio, I don't wanna hear that. You make me anxious and I don't want that feedback. You see the thing, can't work with the pessimism. Positive, gotta bring that in. Yeah.
Tell me, Ryan, man, what's the biggest sign the universe has ever sent you that it wants you to succeed?
Oh,
because I read in that interview that you said the universe, it wants you to succeed, and you've said you've received all these signs.
That's not exclusive to me either. That's for everyone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But what's like the biggest one that you can remember?
Oh man, putting me on the spot. I feel I couldn't really pick out one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, just I can give you like little examples. Like basically, what my theory on things is that there's like universal laws. Do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
if you're I guess it's kind of, I touched on it a little bit in Silencio, what we just played, but just like, if you're being positive as you can, do you know what I'm saying? And trying to like follow your path in life and be a good impact on those around you, if you're doing everything with the right intentions, then I think that energy will be reciprocated from the universe, you know what I'm saying, or from God or whatever you believe in. An example of one thing was that like maybe a couple weeks before the Lee Scratch Perry thing, him wearing my clothes, I was like just super heavy doing research into him, like watching documentaries on him and stuff like that. And then that happened just like a few weeks later, do you know what I'm saying? So that was a surreal moment. Just even little things, like as I said, like just running into Skepta after meeting him. Do you know what I mean? I'd never met Skepta in my life before the day I met him. And then
because I agree,
concurrent weeks I'm seeing him again and again. Like Skepta ain't someone that you just see like that. So it's like just the universe bringing certain things and people together. I
fully agree with you, like, because the universe has sent me many signs that it wants me to do this or succeed. And was there ever like an event in your life though that like kind of had to make you look in on yourself though more, like, and was that kind of catalyst to make you connect with the universe more? Because like for me, like I had a bit of a like a really traumatic but also like amazing like psychedelic experience where like I like fully like kind of reformed my whole way of thinking and like made me being more in touch with myself and the universe. I was wondering if you kind of had anything that happened to you that made you connect more with the universe, or were you always kind of connected?
I've always felt a bit connected in a way. I feel that, definitely. But I feel that, I guess in more recent years, it's like just going through like depressive like episodes and stuff like that just made me reflect on myself. And then sort of coming out of those and having a new like lease of life on things definitely makes me look at like the way that what my role within the universe is and how I'm interacting with it. So to be said, I definitely had one experience where it was like a switch kind of flipped in my brain. I kind of like let a lot of the old things that maybe I was hanging on to like wash away. I felt quite refreshed and new from that. But just I mean, no, I was just wondering, man, because obviously, you know, like, I really resonated with that, like reading that in your interview. Do you know what I mean? I can tell like you're very just like in touch with yourself and the universe. And I think that's like super inspiring, man. Yeah, it's like even having you here today, man. I appreciate that. I like been a fan of you from like 2016. Kind of back in the day, always kind of dreamed of like one day interviewing you guys. Crazy. Do you know what I mean? So I've had Omelette, now you, and now Daniel's got to be the last one to mark it all off, man. For sure. But yeah, what's happened to you guys? Like, what's happened to Neverland Clan? Obviously, I haven't heard much from you guys collectively in a while. Like, are you guys still like a group rapping together or? Not so much. Like, we kind of like went our separate solo ways. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kind of just naturally drifted apart over the years and stuff, and we're all still cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course. Like, I saw Daniel the other week. I saw Omelette yesterday. Yeah. Me and Omelette have got an EP that's coming out this year. Oh, sick. We just finished another project that's for next year. Yeah. But we just kind of all decided to focus on our own solo music rather than being a group, because I think, you know, coming up with someone and like growing up kind of a little bit in the spotlight as well, it kind of, you grow and change as people. So I feel like we just kind of drifted apart. But those days were definitely like close to my heart, do you get what I'm saying? And they were, I think, super impactful on the scene and like music and 100%, mate. Like we were saying off air, like you guys for me were like the first introduction to like UK rap being cool, especially like in London, you know. We had like the likes of High Focus, which obviously are sick. And shout out High Focus. Yeah, High Focus are banging. But like when I was like 16, like I was more resonated with like American rap. But then when you guys came out, I was like, shit, like these are actually like cool. They can rap. They're from London. Like they're sick. Like, do you like kind of, because you're obviously, I feel like you're responsible for so much in fashion and also in a way like music. Do you feel like you kind of birthed like the UK, what the UK underground scene is now in a way? Like you kind of was not like birthed it, but you almost like kind of kicked it off in a way. Yeah,
Do you know
that's, that's a heavy statement. So I don't know if I can take that all on. There was a lot of different aspects, but I definitely think that
I think it was you guys, 808 Inc. and House of Pharaohs.
Yeah, shout out to both of them groups.
Yeah.
All my boys as well. I think there was a lot going on, and there is a lot going on within London.
Yeah.
That are all their individual, some of their parts. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But I definitely think we had an impact, more so on just bringing like a kind of punk and rock energy to a hip hop sphere. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like having mosh pits at shows and like crowd control and things like that. Like telling the crowd open up.
Yeah.
Just things like that. Like you weren't really seeing that.
Nah. In
London.
Nah.
In hip hop.
In hip hop. Yeah.
We definitely were bringing that about, and other artists were seeing that, and taking inspiration and influence from that, which is super makes me proud. You know what I'm saying? So
100%, man. I hope one day we'll get another Neverland Clan EP, man. We might.
Like we have been speaking about possibly putting together an EP of music that we've got. You know what I mean? Because we've got music there, just never ended up putting it out. So we might put out something and then just kind of call it a wrap in terms of a group, and then all go our solo ways. But
of course, because that ID EP, the one you did with ID,
the PlayStation,
yeah, that one was so hard.
Safe, man. Yeah.
Fuck Your Club.
Yeah,
the Mask.
Okay, you're going back,
bro. Honestly, that was my shit back in the day, man.
Sick. Yeah. Well, me and Omelette we got like a 3-track EP.
Yeah,
it's coming out end of this year.
Yeah,
which is, I guess, kind of like the next stage from that kind of PlayStation sound, but the evolution of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sick.
Very experimental. Comes back to what I was saying earlier about just being yourself. I think that's one thing that made Neverland pretty unique, and all of us unique. It was we're just unapologetically ourselves, and we wanna. It's more about sonics and music rather than doing what's hot or jumping on a wave that's popular.
Yeah,
we're really into this music thing, and we trying to push the sound forward. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
Because growing up, it was things like gorillas that I was into. You know what I'm saying? Not so that had this impact on me as a creative myself, and wanting to push the envelope and push the sound. So we me and Omelette got an EP that he produced our vocals end of this year.
Sick.
We got an album coming out next year.
Or
maybe not an album, but a project, that we're working on.
Let's get to another record from your EP.
Yeah, man.
First though, this one's NGTFs.
Never got time for shit.
I never got time to watch on risks. When I do, I'ma make it snow. What? Never got time for shit. Never got time for shit. I'm always on the go. I'm always on the go. Running around the town. Never got time to watch on risks. When I do, I'ma make it snow.
Ryan, I really want to thank you for coming on, man.
This
has been a dream come true, an absolute pleasure. Hopefully you can get Daniel on here. Hopefully I can get all three of you on here one day, man.
Maybe.
I'd love that. I'd love to have you all on here one time. What can we expect in the future? And shout out all your social medias and where people can find your music.
Yeah, so this year is a lot more music from me. I got 3 more projects to come out this year. I got a video and a new song called 37th Chamber with Marcy Main coming out on the 30th of April. So shout out to Marcy. So tune in on Spotify, it's Ryan Hawaii. On Instagram, it's Ryan Hawaii. Twitter, it's Ryan_Hawaii. And yeah, man, just reach out, and thank you for everyone that's watching. Listening and watching.
I'm watching on YouTube.
And everything else. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for everyone who was touched by the music. Thank you for having me on the show.
Always, man. You're always welcome, man. Send us some exclusives when you drop them, man.
Definitely.
Love that, man. Let's end on Steps, though, because this one is an absolute banger as well.
It's my favourite on the project. And just as a quick side note, this project was created in a state of complete sobriety, innit? Because I don't drink.
Yeah.
I've really, I more or less don't smoke anymore. And this project was created just in the beginning of that. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's quite a tough time, but
Yeah.
also a good time of clarity.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what this song is about.
Oh, really? What made you like take up sobriety?
It's like the lockdown and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was smoking so much,
Yeah.
that more than usual.
Yeah, of course.
I was just like, you know what? I just don't want nothing to have a hold over me. I want to get back to my truest version of myself. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why I decided to do it.
This one's
Peace
Steps.
and love.
Stay tuned. Got about 10 minutes left, guys.
Yeah. Right. Yo. Yeah. On the on the steps to the quest of enlightenment. Who really knows what comes at the end of the light?